Okay, so now for the accuracy test using Airarms Diablo fields. These are 8.4 grains. We're going to put a pellet in each of the outer targets, and then we're going to put a group in the center target. So this is on the left hand piece of paper.
The GunLocker is proudly brought to you by Insurite. For information on what Insurite has to offer and how they can help you, visit their website www.insurite.me.
Hello and welcome to part 2 of this review on the Diana P1000 Evo2 TH meaning thumb hole. If you haven't seen part 1, please check it out. It gives you the tech specs on the gun and also how I've rated it for design and build. But this is all about accuracy and performance. So what you're about to see is me shooting outside at 30 meters. It took me a little bit of time to get a break in the weather where I could do that, but thankfully Monday was a beautiful day and I spent all day shooting and filming. The setup that I have here is slightly different to what I was actually using on the day. The difference being I was using my own scope and not this EB that comes with the rifle as a package, and I didn't have a moderator fitted, so I just thought I'd put this on so you guys can see what the package actually includes. And previously I didn't mention the single shot tray, but you know, it comes with one of those and with 2 rotary magazines. Anyway, let me run the footage and you make up your own minds as to how the rifle performs, or how I performed, more importantly how I performed, because in all honesty, you know, the errors out there were probably mine and not the rifle's. Yeah, and I'll catch you back in here afterwards.
Well, we were promised some nice weather. It's a little bit cloudy, but the rain has stopped, which means finally I get to do an accuracy and performance test. I have here the Diana P1000, it's in .177. The targets are set up at 30 meters, and as always what I'm going to do is a pellet test first, and then I'll do a full-blown accuracy test. So the targets that you can see down there, there are 2 pieces of A4 paper. The left hand piece of paper is the one that I'm going to do the pellet test on. I'm going to start off with the Diablo fields. And because it takes a little bit of time to load the mag, what I'll do is I'll cut in and out just whilst I'm loading that mags to save you guys from being bored. First off, as I say, Diablo fields. These are from Airarms. They're the .177 and they're 8.4 grains. Now to load the magazine, basically you cock the rifle, you pull back the retaining pin. The magazine comes in from the left hand side, it goes in with a click and you push that retaining pin back. Just make sure that's in. Yep, that's it. Bring it forward. It's an auto safety, so as soon as you cock the rifle the white dot emerges, you push that back in and it's now ready to fire. So I'm going to go for the bottom left hand target. I'm using the wooden rest because with this rifle, the fact that it hasn't got a bipod fitted to it, I just seem to prefer this than the Cordwell bench rest. I have a little bit more stability and it's a height that I've made for myself. It just suits me a little bit better. So anyway, enough of that. Bottom left hand target, and this is just to see whether the rifle likes the pellets. So we'll then go on and do the Bisley long range golds, the Acupels, the Norma Golden Trophy FTs and some JSB Exacts. Don't know if you can see them. Anyway, here we go. So bottom left hand target. Oops. Right, I'm out. Okay, that was a fairly nice group. So what I'm going to do now is just cut out a scene whilst I load up the next magazine. So next up are the Norma Golden Trophy FTs. These are, what are they now? 9.1 grains, so almost 3/4 of a grain heavier than the Diablo Fields. So this time we'll go bottom right hand target. Oh, helps if I cock the rifle. There we go. Let's try it again. Bottom right hand target. I'm out. Okay, yeah, it doesn't like these. They're spreading all over, so we'll knock those out. So the next one, we'll go for the Accupels. Right, so we're loaded up with the Accupels now, so we'll go for the centre target. Okay, I'm out. That one seems to be a little bit spread out as well. Slightly better results than the Norma. So, Bisley long range golds, don't know if you can see that. And we'll go top left hand target this time. yeah, it really doesn't like them. So we can forget about those. Okay, so JSB Diablo match, Diablo match exacts, or match Diablo exacts, and they are 8.44 grains. So we'll go top right hand target. Right, we're out. That was horrendous. That was really poor. So it looks like the clear winner is the Air Arms, the Air Arms Diablo Fields. Okay, so now for the accuracy test using Air Arms Diablo Fields. These are 8.4 grains. We're going to put a pellet in each of the outer targets, and then we're going to put a group in the center target. So this is on the left hand piece of paper. Bottom right hand target. Top right hand target. Top left hand target. Now for the group in the centre. Pulled it. Took too long. That one went wayward. Okay. So, there's a couple of shots there that I definitely pulled, and I still have to get used to the safety. Now, I know that I bang on about automatic safeties, and I think they're brilliant. I really do. It's important. But when you're shooting so many different rifles, and then you're going from manual safety to auto safety to manual safety to manual, it just messes around a little bit with you, with your mentality. Once you get into the habit, it's fine. Have I done the rifle justice? Do you know what? I don't think I have today. I think it can perform better. I think I've got a shot left in this. I might just try and improve some of those single shots on the out target. So I think I'm going to put, if I've got the rounds, a shot in the bottom right hand target and a shot in the top right hand target, and see if I can just make it a little bit better. Yeah, that just proves my point. So if you look at the bottom right hand target now, that was bang in the center of the target. So it's me that's let this rifle down, it's not the rifle, that's for sure. Okay guys, well, for the most part that's the accuracy test done with the P1000. Do I think it's accurate? Yes it is. All I need to do now is run it over the chrono and see what power it's kicking out. I'll catch you back inside the studio.
Well, there you have it. I wasn't particularly impressed with my own performance there, I've got to say. I've shot better. I'm not quite sure what was going on. Maybe it was just the pressure of trying to get so many part 2s done in one day, so I was rushing it a little bit. And you know, whenever you get those niggly thoughts in the back of your head, they can affect your shooting. That goes without a shadow of a doubt. It's human error. And as I said before, I don't like shooting from, you know, a full bench rest. I still like to keep it as human as possible, as opposed to robotic. So yeah, I'm going to get good days, I'm going to get bad days. Point is, you know, the rifle is accurate, and I proved that with the very last shot. So my thoughts. Do I like it? Yes, I do. I really do like it. It's a shame that Diana is no longer producing this rifle. It's been superseded. I think they jumped ship a little bit too quick on this one, and I do honestly believe that maybe it was let down by the marketing, because overall it's a nice rifle. Yes, there could be some improvements. For me, the cocking action is a little bit odd, because it's almost two-stage. You pull you release the cocking lever, that kind of flicks backwards, and then you've just got that half-inch click at the back, and that's not only does that cock the rifle, but it also sets the automatic safety. And again, as I said on the video, you know, when you're jumping from one rifle to another to another to another, and you're used to going on to manual safeties, and then all of a sudden you're back onto the auto safety, it does take a little bit of time to get used to it. So you'll note a couple of times there that I think that it's ready to fire. I'm about to take the shot, and yeah, blow me, I forgot to disengage the auto safety. Human error. Yeah, it is, in my mind, it is a real shame that Diana have ceased production of this. A couple of more tweaks, you know, and I think it's still got a place in today's market. I really do. Let me go through the 5-star ratings, and let me tell you what this has scored overall. So right off the bat, it's achieved a score of 3.7 out of 5 stars. And that, for a sporting rifle is, you know, is a high score. It's not to be sniffed at all. This is a very, very good score. And I'll tell you how I got to that. So let's look at accuracy. Well, when I measured the targets, the nearest shot to the ball was 3mm. Don't forget, we're shooting at 30 meters, and you saw in the distance there, you can see it on the film quite clearly, that we have got gusts of wind. You know, it is blowing, the trees are bouncing around. So to get it within 3mm of that centre cross, that's pretty damn good going. It really is. The furthest shot from target was 12mm, so it's still less than half an inch out. And I don't think you can complain at that. The group size, now, what I'm going to say with this is that that's more than a 5-shot group. I kind of got carried away a little bit. So when you measure it out, it's coming out at 16mm. So it's kind of lost a half a star because of that on that one particular group shooting test. But it's not pellet fussy. Well, I say it's not pellet fussy. It's done all right. It actually, 3 of the 5 pellets suited the rifle. By that I mean I got groups less than 25mm for the main body of the group. Obviously, it favoured the AA Diablo fields, and I used them for the actual accuracy test. But all told, it scored 3.9 out of 5 stars for accuracy. For handling, 7.28 pounds. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but it's good for the bench, and it's not too heavy if you're going to walk around in the field. You know, I've scored it 3.5 out of 5 stars for that. I think that's a fair score. Now, with regards to loading, so the only issue I have with these rotary magazines is not that, I mean, look, they're metal. There's nothing that's going to go wrong with these at all. But they are quite deep, and they favour a longer pellet. Because if they're short, you kind of have to make sure that the pellet is sat in the magazine properly. And that will need a slight probe of sorts. Now, I was using a pen just to push these pellets in a little bit, because in the centre, you might be able to pick it up or not, there's an O-ring, and it's that O-ring that actually holds the pellet in place. Now, if they're not properly seated, so the head of the pellet hasn't gone past the O-ring, when you move that magazine on the tilt slightly, those pellets can drop out. So once you've got the hang of it, it's no problem, but you might want a pellet probe just to seat those pellets properly in this. And you know, I've not shot this rifle before, so when it first come to actually loading the magazine, I wasn't sure whether this pin that you can see, the release pin or the locking pin, was fully engaged the first time I actually loaded it, but it was. So what do we got here? So it's a 14-shot mag, which is, you know, that's what you expect nowadays of a .177. Yeah, I think with regards to loading, indexing, you know, it didn't actually miss a beat. So I never felt any resistance with the probe pushing the pellet into the breech at all. So it got fairly high scores for that, and overall we're looking 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not a bad score. Not a bad score at all. So then we come to the trigger. Well, I've got to say, it's a great trigger straight out of the box. I had no issues with it whatsoever. It's predictable, it's freeway adjustable. I mean, what more can you ask for? It felt smooth, and it was on the button each and every time, so 4 out of 5 stars from me. Now, with regards to power and what it's kicking out, it's actually achieved 5 out of 5 stars. And the reason for that is because doing the putting the pellets over the chrono, it came out with an average of 792 feet per second. That equates to, using the JSB Match Diablo exacts at 8.44 grains, that equates to 11.78 foot-pound. It is perfect, absolutely perfect for the sub 12 foot-pound market here in the UK. And because it's right there, 11.78 foot-pound equates to 15.97 joules. But for us here in the UK, sub 12 foot-pound, we can ask for better, and it's consistent. It really, it was amazing. Obviously it's regulated and you can tell, and in the shot string that I had, there was a difference of 6 foot per second. Really, really quite amazing. So yeah, for that, fantastic. 5 out of 5 stars. Now, with regards to what I call air efficiency, so how many shots you're getting per bar of pressure, I filled it to 200 bar, I shot down to 100 bar, and I ended up recording about 80 shots. So it's not particularly efficient with regards to how many shots you're going to get per bar. 0.8 of a shot actually. That could be better, it really could. But saying that, 80 accurate shots is more than enough for anybody, I think. The score, that did let it down a little bit. 2.8 out of 5 stars. Noise levels without the moderator, well, it's kicking out 88 decibels. So again, 3 out of 5 stars. That tends to be the norm. Between 87 and 88 without a moderator is the norm for most PCPs. And then finally, value for money. Well, when you look at the accuracy, and you think that, you look at this setup here, so for the rifle, for the EB scope and the moderator, obviously with these bits and pieces as well, the package costs £739 from Guns R Us in Sheffield. Without the scope, without the mod, so it's just the rifle. Obviously you have the sundry items like the magazines and the single shot tray. It's £599. So when I look at this, I compare it to the actual scores. I'm getting a figure of 3.9 out of 5 stars, just short of 4 out of 5 stars. It's a good all-round package. Whoever buys this, I don't think they're going to be disappointed at all in any way, shape or form. I'm sorely tempted, but the thing is, I seem to be tempted by quite a few guns now, so and I haven't got an endless amount of cash to be able to just simply go out and buy these rifles. I'm very lucky to be able to test them. Owning them is a different matter. Would I buy it if I could? Yes, I would. Yeah, for sure. And I'll say it again, Diana, please rethink your marketing strategies going forward, or your production strategies going forward, and maybe rethink about getting this back on the market. I think there's a place for it, I really do. Well guys, look, that's me done for this part 2 of this review. I hope you've enjoyed it, I really do. And as always, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and also share amongst your friends and family. And don't forget, we do have the GunLocker, so www.thegunlocker.uk. If there's any of you that are looking to buy an air rifle or firearms, shotguns, whatever, pop onto the website, because there's plenty of guys that are adding stuff on there daily. And also, if you want to trade your own rifle in or sell it, you can do via the site. Till next time, I'll say take care and goodbye.